Hello, everyone, and I'm looking forward to having this interview with Humaira Syed today. And I'm going to let her share a little bit about herself and what got her into coaching.
Sure. Thank you very much, Del. And hi, I'm Humaira Syed. I'm originally from Pakistan and currently residing in Japan, Tokyo. And I was a psychology graduate and psychologist in past, but I transitioned to being a coach lately in 2020, I guess. That was the first time I was introduced to coaching, and it was when I was in Tokyo studying my MBA with my incredible teachers here and the international faculty and the other colleagues that I was studying with. So during that MBA in leadership, I was introduced with one of the courses, which was about coaching, how coaching can transform you as a human being and not only as a general person, but as a business leader as well. So during that course, I realized that there is another field of coaching which is growing tremendously, and it is basically about how you can grow yourself from inward to outside, not by just learning something but also transforming yourself. So that was kind of a aha moment, you can say. And then after that course, it was about 3 months course, but later on I got connected with the teacher himself, and I asked him to just guide me a little bit more about coaching. And it was around May 2020 that he gave me a few coaching sessions. And after that, I got interested more and more into coaching, and I explored the industry. Where can I get more information about coaching? How can I get more certified than just more knowledgeable? Because to me, certification is more important. By just telling that I'm a coach here today, everybody is a coach. But how can you differentiate yourself is by having authentic education about that. So yeah, that's the first time I was introduced about coaching, and later on I kept studying about it. I did multiple certifications about coaching, and that was a great journey so far. So I'm still into it, and I believe I haven't learned enough. I keep learning all the time. Yeah.
I like the way that you shared you did your research. You went and you explored coaching and you did several
Mhm.
courses. I'm
Mhm.
interested to know what attracted you to Coaching Minds and the accreditation program.
Sure, that's a nice question. So being a psychology graduate and studying psychology and counseling for a long time and doing counseling, what I learned about counseling was it's kind of helping clients by giving them the solutions. So for me, it's not giving them the empowerment they needed. They just are getting medicine, not physical medicine but psychological medicine, and once they are done with medicine they will come back to you. So what inspired me about coaching is you tell them how they can find the medicine inside themselves. And that's where my transition from counseling to coaching happened. And I did many certifications. Why I keep doing certifications is it's immensely big industry. You cannot say that you are a perfect coach by knowing everything. So every other certification, every other perspective has another whole world to learn about. So I studied about mindset, I studied about NLP, I studied about how Zen meditation can help you during coaching. So why I did all these certifications was I wanted to know how can I transform my coaching practice into something unique. And that's where I came across with coaching minds as well. And that's when some of the coaches actually were kind of reflecting back on their journey about coaching, and they shared on social media that they learned something about coaching from coaching minds, and it's a very genuine institution. So when I had some you can say discovery call or a chemistry call with the supervisor, and he actually explained me a lot about how coaching mind is changing the concept of certifications. So that was, frankly speaking, in the beginning I was skeptical, like everybody says so, Everybody says our certification is unique. But what inspired me more is his own idea about saying that he is not happy with what is happening in the industry. That was his line. And I was coming from the same perspective. Like in industry, everybody is giving you a lot of hopes, but they are not giving you the content they promise. And when he said that I'm not happy with the standards, and that's why I wanted to set up another standard where not only the accreditation or paper is important, but learning is also important. And also during the introduction, he shared that we are going to study more about theoretical plus practical side of the coaching. So me coming from a psychology background, learning theories all the time and using those theories into the practice, I found this interesting that, okay, not only how can you be ethically a good coach and get the certifications, but also how can you be more practical in human behaviors. And that actually inspired me. And also, of course, I did my whole research about the institution as well, Coaching Minds, looking at the website and finding out how genuine and authentic they are. And of course, the testimonials they were given, and talking to some of the social media friends who have done Coaching Minds coaching certification. So it all compiled into my decision. Okay, yes, I want to try it. I will definitely go into the details and find out if it is genuinely what he promised or is it not. And frankly speaking, I mentioned this: if I'm not happy, I'm not going to continue. And he mentioned, okay, sure, it's your choice, but trust me, once you are into it, you will definitely like it. So yeah, I love the process altogether, and it was unique, one of its kind.
Thank you. Also, you touched there on points about making changes in the industry, the
Mm-hmm.
practical side as well as the theoretical side. What do you most like about the accredited program? I know you've completed it, but what did you most like about the
Mm-hmm.
program?
Okay, so there are many things, but a few that I want to mention here are, one of them is um, very much structured course. It's not that you just get into coaching, you learn many things about coaching, and here you are, your 165 hours are complete and go ahead. Well, it was starting from the very beginning, basics, going into the ethics, going into the main details of behaviors and cognition and everything, and then ending by ethical standards, how you can maintain the ethical standards. So whole the structure is very inspiring. It's not you just get what you want and go. You have to follow all the structure in order to be at level 6 and find how you can get accredited. So one of the thing was structure. You just have to follow. Unless you go go through the first module, you cannot go to the second or third module. So it's very structured, just like original authentic degrees that you do out there in the industry. Another thing that I loved about it is there was a lot of personal anecdotes shared in the course, throughout the course, especially the trainer himself. He not only just explained the standards and information, but also shared how we as a coaches can do it as our own subjective style, not just follow the standards. You can always innovate your style. So this is something frequently I found it there. And yes, assessment was an assessment was not like, okay, you followed through like let's say 20 minutes of module and here's the test and give the test and get the marks. Best thing about that was the reflection side. Every module has a reflection exercise. What did you learn about yourself, about coaching, about everything during this module? And doing that exercise and reading through that exercise by the end of the course was very much encouraging and empowering. Okay, wow, I studied all this and I learned all this. And that was kind of, I still have those papers with me, and that was kind of real learning that I got through the process. So that reflection, and it's kind of giving you the habit of reflecting back on whatever you do. And that actually helped me now when I do coaching. I reflect back, Even for 2 or 3 minutes, I just take these post-it notes and I write what did I do good in this session, what didn't go well for me, how can I do it differently next time, and what did I learn. So 3 or 4 bullet points, I all the time do that. And this habit was developed by the Coaching Minds certifications. Another thing that I loved about the course was during the middle of the course, you studied all about coaching. You learned how powerful questionings are, how you can pose the questions, the models and the cognitive models, especially that was cognitive behavior mindset, how cognitive behavior personality is developed. So again, I'll refer back to my previous knowledge of psychology and cognition. It really touched on my very insights that yes, this is something that I always wanted to use in coaching, but I was scared that can I use psychology, can I use therapy kind of things into coaching. But with these modules, I learned that you don't have to stick to some specific things by saying this is counseling, you cannot do this. Of course, you can use it, you can improve your style, and you can always use the tools which are used in psychology, but keeping in mind the standards and distinction what is coaching and what is therapy. So that was something very unique about this course. I never saw these things in other courses. Other courses are, of course, they are good, but they are very specific onto the lines of 2 or 3 specific things, and that's it. If you want to learn more, get more subscription. But here, from the beginning till the end, everything was there. So it's very, very comprehensive, I must say.
I also just want to touch on your how was your experience with your supervisors and your fellow coaches on the course, the training coaches that was with you? How was your experience with that?
Mhm. Okay, so you want me to be truthful or you want me to a little bit more flattering?
No, no, no. You need to
Of
be
course.
truthful. How you found it, and because we discussed in the
Okay,
course, and we want your
sure.
feedback on this.
Of course, of course. So supervisors are very strict. You have to show your 100%, otherwise, you cannot go through the process and you cannot step into the next stage. So it's for someone who is in the process might feel tired. Oh, every time I get a lot of feedback, criticism, not criticism, but constructive feedback or criticism. But for a person who wants to become a coach or who wants to develop himself as a seasoned coach, I must say this is the best thing they can get as a supervisor. So supervisors are very specific, they are very much focused, and they give you very minute details as well about your recordings or about your process. Whatever you submit to them, they are very keen about reading them, listening to them, and getting back to you with the detailed feedback. So in the first or second experience, it was kind of, oh, wow, at this stage of career, I'm getting this kind of feedback. But it's that inner child which is crying. But on the third and fourth day, you'll find, okay, this is what helping me to grow as a coach. If in the very beginning I'm told that you're best, then I will not grow, of course. So I grew because I found, okay, even though I believe I'm best or I'm doing my best, I still need to improve. And that realization actually helped me to learn more, give more efforts to learning. So yeah, supervisors are extremely dedicated and extremely focused on making us, the students, the best we can. So in terms of supervisors, I cannot give less than 10 marks, so 10 on 10, of course. In terms of fellow coaches, they are super supportive, especially if I compare to the previous coaching certifications. I always had to run after the peer coaches to have a practice or something. But here there was a very wonderful exercise of making the trio of coaches and doing the frequent coaching sessions with each other and practicing the tools. Even though you are doing mistakes, the fellow coach knows that you are in the beginning of the process, so they give you the feedback that here it is that you did a mistake and this is how you can improve on it. Not only your intimate peers but also the seniors, they always give you time, and the coaching practices are always wonderful. So community is very wonderful. I want to add on it that we still need to have more united community, having more interaction even after the certification. But throughout the certification it was wonderful. Yes.
Okay. I also just want to touch something that I want to ask about the pace of the course. Did you
Mm-hmm.
find it that you could pace at your own pace, or was it so structured that you had to complete things at certain times?
So in terms of time, of course there was no limit, or there was no restrictions. If you are a professional, working professional, or a student, or anywhere with committed timelines, of course you are flexible to do it at your own time pace. But in terms of commitment to the course itself, yes, it's structured. You cannot just go into onto the module 4 because you want to learn that before and can come back to module 3 later on. No, you have to finish 2 3 and then go to 4, which means that you have to go up step by step, which is good. If it's trust me, as a psychologist, I'm telling you, if you have the choice to go to level 4 or level 3, module 3, you will never come back to level 2. Okay, I know already that about coaching. There are so many resources out there. So there is lack of commitment in that case. But being us but having this structure, it pushes us to follow the structure, complete the reflection exercises, complete the assessment quizzes, and go to the next, which is good. So it's structure, but it's not pushing me to complete certain things in certain time. So I have to finish module 2, but whatever time I want to take, it's my own choice. So it's, in both ways, it's the good idea. Mhm.
Um, Also, a question based on the whole program, the accredited program. Would you recommend coaching minds to future inspiring coaches? Yes or no, and why?
Oh, absolutely. I would definitely not only refer and recommend, but I will try to encourage them to get into this course certification, because it's not that I already did it and I'm getting any benefit from the institute in terms of any referrals or so. It's only because I learned a lot. So anybody who is interested in learning and not only the name of certification or name of accreditation, if you are into that, go ahead somewhere else. But if you want to learn, you must come to Coaching Minds, and I absolutely am satisfied with whatever I learned here. And apart from whether I do or not, I am actually doing it. So I'm here in Japan. I keep introducing Coaching Mind to the people who are into coaching practices or want to learn more about coaching. So it's not because I'm asked and I'm telling you, it's because I learn and I'm um, kind of giving back. I try to give back to my institute, and not only to institute, to the people as well. Learn more and grow more, and with Coaching Mind, you can definitely learn way more than the coaching industry or coaching practice. You will learn how to change people, how to improve and transform people. And not only people, yourself too. I learn about myself too.
Okay, thank you for that. It's a lot about learning and a lot about pacing yourself, going through the course, and the content, the modules, as you mentioned earlier on, the modules, the different modules that they are. I would also like to know, you now certified, you in the process of doing your accreditation. What is your future plans for your coaching journey?
Okay, so well, coaching is already in its should I say in its better mode right now. But the good thing is with coaching minds, one thing I learned about my practice and my style is I I need to keep learn. Um, I Before getting into coaching minds, I thought I have this and that certifications, and I'm good to go with coaching mind certification as well, and I'll be the coach. But with coaching mind certification, I learned that I always have to improve with all the industry standards and improvements in the industry. So what I'm doing right now is my passion to be a better coach every single day. I keep learning books, I keep learning more things, more ideas. I keep practicing with people from different schools just to see how my coaching is improving and how they see my coaching, because my coach peer coaches, they know what I learned, but the people from other institutes, they don't know what did I learn. So that's how kind of I introduce my certification and coaching minds to them, and I keep practicing this coaching in different ways. What else I'm doing is I'm offering my coaching services at times as complementary to the people who cannot afford, or the people who wants to know more about coaching. So that's one thing that I am proud of myself, that I don't only go for paid coaching or something. I sometimes offer complimentary coaching to people who might not be able to pay, or who might not have resources to reach out to better coaches. Another thing that I'm doing about my coaching, which I am extremely proud of, is I was always very passionate about doing my PhD, and until recently, I was just having a general idea of what my PhD would look like. But recently, I have changed my idea. My PhD now is going to be exactly in how coaching can transform leadership behaviors. And luckily, and thanks to my efforts and my mentors support, I got admitted in one of the universities in UK. So that means I am going to definitely pursue my PhD in coaching. So your question, how it's relevant to your question, is I am going to learn not only about coaching, but I'm going to introduce my efforts and add some value from my side, from my research into the coaching industry. And in few years time, I can probably say that this is something that I added into the industry as my research in coaching. So this is what my coaching goal is, to get PhD in coaching from the coaching experts, and to see how I can add value in the industry.
That's very exciting to hear that you are doing your PhD in
True.
coaching, and the changes and the learnings and things that you want to bring to the industry, that you are looking for the betterment.
Hmm.
Um, I want to
True.
thank you for today, for sharing your experience, your feelings, your thoughts, and also your future journey with us. Thank you so much,
Of course.
Humaira, for joining us today, and we are looking forward to seeing you in the future too.
Of course, I would love to keep connected and still want to grow along with Coaching Minds. Have a wonderful, wonderful future for Coaching Minds.
Thank you.